Okay, Friday morning in the kingdom, and it's a holiday, but the staff is coming over because the boss is an asshole and he's making us work. Oh, wait, we didn't work all week, according to him. According to him, it was playtime. But this morning we woke up to some decent temperatures if you live in Antarctica. Yes, minus 18 Celsius, but feels like minus 24. Chilly willy, but there's no wind. Unreal. I don't know how those three little pigs could live in those houses with the big bad wolf blowing on them. Alright, so on the yo-yo scale, +1 Fahrenheit, but feels like minus 11. And also too, last night when I went to bed, I looked out my bedroom window and seen the green sky. Yes, I'm colorblind and I seen the green sky. It was the northern lights. And the first thing that came to my mind, yes, Maximum Overdrive, the Green Goblin or whatever. Yes, the green skies. And then that Western Star truck showed up and, how would you say, terrorized the town. And then you got to play that soundtrack, AC/DC, Who Made Who. Yes, that was a good film. He was good back when it came out. And we understood that back then it was a cult classic. And now it's so popular and everything like that. So I was, how would you say, an artist or cultured guy. Oops. Yes, I was a cultured guy and understood that this would be a cult classic, Maximum Overdrive. Yes, okay. Also, too, if the ladies are over last night, they would have been able to enjoy the view out the bedroom window, watching the northern lights dance through the skies. Well, I gave them 2 minutes of ecstasy, the best time of their life. Oh, yes, but it was Thursday night and no luck with the ladies. Oh, well. And also, too, all right. I took it apart. Look at that. They did solder the wires together and stuff like that. I figured maybe somebody over in China didn't, how'd you say, was having a bad day. Maybe a hangover and didn't solder the wires. But they did. So it has to be the little chipboard in there. See, it's green. Oh, today is brought to you by the color green. Yeah, it's just like on Sesame Street. And I'm colorblind, so it didn't make sense to me. We're having another grade A color. Yes, so there. So it's the chipboard. Total waste of money. I could have spent it wisely on beverage, and then I would have got the enjoyment plus the hangover the next day. All right, let's back up. Somebody parked the wagon right here. Do I have enough talent? Ooh, it's crispy out here. Yeah, it's just like my toast this morning. I overcooked it. I like it when it's cooked soft and chewable. Yes, that's the joys of getting old. Look at that sun. So hopefully with this cold snap right now, that's going to change the weather. So we're going to have some warm days and then we can wander around aimlessly lost. Yes, we got the wood stoves going here and over here. Not much accelerants today to get those stoves going, but that's good. Well, we better get the me phone back in before it gets cold. And I burp. Oh, golly. Too much peanut butter today. Oh, well. Well, we better go. Here comes the boss.
Friday morning in WHO-ville. It's just after 10 a.m. and as you can see, the sun is shining. It is still pretty windy out here right now, but not as bad as yesterday. Now let's head inside and let the dogs out and make breakfast. Then at 1 p.m. I'll head over to the kingdom and see what we're doing this afternoon. 12 p.m. and I'm just getting ready to make lunch. Today I'll be having soup and a sandwich. The sun is nice and warm, but it's still kind of chilly out here right now, so let's head inside and let the dogs out. Then at 1 p.m. I'll do the weather and head over to the kingdom. Almost 1 p.m. and I'm just finishing up lunch. This is the temperature we're sitting at right now. It's minus 8 degrees Celsius, which is 17 degrees Fahrenheit. We even have the feels like on the bottom. It's pretty nice out there right now, so let's head inside and get ready and go over to the kingdom. 1 p.m. and I made to the kingdom. Looks like we're just doing firewood today. My dad is busy going around the kingdom measuring stuff and doing a few other things. As you can see, he has the hood on the 38 GMC open. He'll do some measuring on that. Now let's head down to the shop and get the wagon and fill it out of the box trailer. On my way down to the shop, and I just wanted to show you guys how Iris is sitting. Of course, when I pull the camera out, she starts moving around, but look how funny she is sitting. Might as well show you guys Echo as well. She is out sunning on top of her little deck here. That's where she lays most of the time. Ash is off to my right here, just sitting there on top of the doghouse. Down at the house shack now, and I'll quickly fill up the wagon, then I can head in behind the house and fill the 2 tubs out of the long trailer. While I'm doing that, my dad's gonna cut up some timbers. Just got the wagon filled and put into the shop. Now I'm in behind the house and I'll load my 2 tubs out of the long trailer. There is not much left in here. I'll walk over and show you guys. 1:30 and I just finished filling up the 2 tubs, and I'll head back around to the shop in the host shack and put everything away. Made it back around to the shop in the hose shack and put the tubs away. It is Good Friday, so we're not doing much, and I'm officially done in the kingdom, so I'll head inside and grab my dog treats and go back into WHO-ville and do the weather at 4:30.
Okay, today's a day of thinking because it's Good Friday, a holiday. Yes, we have to sit down and think some more and reflect. Yes, that's what we're doing. Plus, we can enjoy a beverage too, all day. Yes, right from breakfast till beddy bye. All right, so over here on the 38 GMC, in 1977, Dad put the 261 motor in, okay? And the problem with the motor being in here, the water pump was too low and it didn't, how would you say, blow in the center of the rad. Plus, back in 1977, Dad and all the hot rod boys back then would go to the scrap yards, the auto wreckers, and find something to make fit into a rad, okay? But nowadays, we just order online and get the custom made aluminum rad. Yes, they work out pretty good. So all the trucks have the same rad, and we have the same fans, except for this is a 15-inch one, because I bought the kit to raise the water pump up, and that gives you a newer style water pump, but it's a different bolt pattern. So here's the plates. I don't know if we can see it. There's the plate to raise the water pump up. It works out better for getting it centered. But also too, the 261 truck motor has the big harmonic balancer way down there, so that affects the fan. We figured that out the hard way. Okay, so back in 2022, I think it was, we had the work bee on all the trucks, and we jimmy rigged this fan to fit, all right? Because the fan comes with a small hole right here. Oh, the shadow knows. So that's the fan hole, but I ground it out there with the die grinder to be this size, so it'd fit on the water pump. It's either that or nothing, because we'll go to the storage trailer number 7 and we'll explain some more, all right? So here's a spacer. It doesn't have the hole big enough to fit onto the water pump because that's the shaft size on the water pump. All right, let's wander over to trailer 7. Oh, plus we'll have a beverage on the way over. Okay, I had a sip of my beverage as I walked past the shop. It's nice and warm in there. So here we are in trailer 7. Everything is organized. So this is all the Chevy truck parts over here. Oh, I got the Rubik's Cube light. All right, so there's the water pump right there. Look at how big that shaft is right here. Can we see that last announcement? All right, I don't know if we can do this. What do we got here? All right, so we bought this fan in 2017 because it fits on here. All right, see that? And the bolt holes line up. Okay, just imagine they do. All right, but this thing is 15 3/4 of an inch or 15 1/2, so it hits the harmonic balancer at the bottom crank pulley. So that didn't work. Yeah, so that's why we had to jimmy rig to make that one fit. So for us to figure out how to do it, we took this. It's a fan. It's cracked right out here, so we had no problems. And then I was able to bolt it onto the fan that's on there and then die grind around to get it. So this hole is oblob too. So we got to get an adapter to fit. So we can get a 17-inch fan in there. So if this got machined out, this hole here to fit on here, I think that would work. But also too, these are 1/4-inch little bolts. I think if we get this reduced down to 1 inch, that would make it a lot safer. Yes, a lot safer. And also too, over here, hand and eye coordination, 1 2 3, I've gone through all the adapters and foo-foo things and everything trying to figure it out, and we kind of don't have what it's going to work. And then when you type it in on a Google search, it tells you everything you want but not what you need. Yes, all the joys. All right, let's continue the quest. Okay, we moved the 39 Chevy up to the hose shack right here because that's where the thermostat is. But then I got thinking, today's a holiday, a national holiday, a day of rest, and it's a day of thinking. So if I went to work and changed that thermostat, that means I'm working. I'm not resting or thinking. Oh well, but you can see the snow is hard. I didn't even break through. Yes, because we packed it well. We packed it well, so there's no problems. All right, so over here, with also changing the thermostat, we have a little problem here. All right, for safety first, I have it locked into position, but I'm not going to be sticking my head right under. All right, the pinion seal leaks. All right, right there. But where we are, we got the new one right there. So it's a thought that we have the new one. Yes. But also too, we think it's a little breather tube right here because it only leaks in the winter. So we think snow gets on top of the little breather tube and ices it up. We might have to change it over to come with a rubber hose up into the frame. Yes, a great improvement since 1939. So we're very pleased with this. We bought the truck in 1984 for $200, and it came with this dual cylinder hoist, and it's very handy. And then we used scrap metal. Yes, scrap metal recycled to put the steel box on, because the wooden grain box kind of fell apart. And then we upgraded to the open drive line so we could put the newer style motor in and go fast. Yes, go fast. Zoom, zoom. All right, and then we have the Goodyear Wranglers. Yes, those are good tires for snow, mud, and everything. Oh, the fun we've had with it all. All right, it's just about coffee time. So let's go in the house and have a beverage and think about what we're thinking about. Yes, and then we can continue this quest. Oh, these lips need some beverage. Okay, after beverage time in the kingdom, and I was on Google and learning. Yes, and learning. So I figured it all out. So that's the joys. I don't know if we can see it. I'll quickly sneak under here. If the hoist comes crashing down, I have reflexes like a leopard cat. Yes. So, okay, so we got the plug out for the breather thingy, and it just presses in. So that's not acceptable, and you can see it's plugged. Can you see that, Les Nesman? It's plugged. So that's why the crown and their pinion seal was going on the front. Only in the winter, because it would get froze up or whatever. There's no place for expanding oil gases or vapors or whatever to go. So instead of going out the wheel seal, it looks like it went out the pinion. So that's what we did. So we're going to have to upgrade this, drill and tap it out, make it right. Yes, make it right. All right, so let's see what else we got here. Also too, if we're taking that off, we might as well pop the back cover up and pop the wheels out and see what the brakes and everything are like. So I did the brake job in 2011 or 2012. I'm not sure. I can't remember. I got it written down. So that'll be a learning curve. We'll just take it apart, check it all over, seeing how this is our main vehicle. Okay, let's try this again. The Me phone censored me. It turned itself off just when I was talking about the fittings and everything like that. All right, so over here, I'm taking a dislike to this oil filter thingy-me-bob, because we can't get the right cartridge or thing for the canister or whatever. Every time we order it in, it comes wrong, and it's a mess. Okay, and the 261 has to have oil filter circulation, so you just can't block this stuff off and call it good. You have to get it to circulate. So on Google search and everything, what guys are doing, okay, no idea why it's cutting me off. It gets to 50 seconds and then it cuts me off. Just like my new bride on my honeymoon. Yes. All right. So down here, I was talking about those fittings, and we can go for the hot rod style oil filter with spin on, and then you have that braided hose or whatever. So those fittings will work. We can screw into the block and then mount the filter down on the frame there. So when you go to take the oil filter off, you make a mess, it drops onto the axle, lubricates the axle, right? Because this thing here is a pain in the tushy, and I know it's not working because I think we got the wrong cartridge in there again. So all I have in the house or in the stock room is a bunch of cartridges that don't fit, and yet you order correctly. But that's the joys of the new world. What it says on the box and what is in the box are two different things. All right, so hopefully the Me phone's recording this. Oh, I'm getting frustrated. I'm gonna have a beverage. Okay, we're in the house. Maybe the Me phone's going to be happy now. So we have everything laid out on the kitchen counter. Maybe that's why I don't have a lady in my life, because they'd be upset, right? Okay, so we got the oil filter thing here. That's your standard gauge. These are the fittings and stuff like that. But we want to switch over to this, how would you say, nylon trucker's hose or whatever. Yeah, it's used on the air shifters when you're shifting the gears. Yeah, the super trucker, boom, boom, shift, shift. So that's the fittings and everything there. So we're hoping it will replace the little plastic crap in here, because the little plastic hose here is drying out and stuff like that. So I brought everything in so I can sit here with the beverage, use the verniers, figure out my adapter for the water pump, and have a relaxing evening and maybe watch a movie with boobies. Yes. All right, we're at 50 seconds. I don't know if it cut me off.
4:30, and this is the temperature we're sitting at right now. It's -1 degree Celsius, which is 30 degrees Fahrenheit. We even had the feels like on the bottom. It was pretty nice in the kingdom this afternoon. That sun is warm, but the wind is kind of chilly. So let's head inside, let the dogs out, then I can get supper ready and end my day.
Okay, 4:30 on a holiday Friday. Yes, holiday Friday. We got lots of thinking done today, and we got some more work to do with the computer and searching for parts and part numbers. And then it makes it a lot easier when we go to order parts, because when the money tree blossoms, we can just order right away. All right, we'll just scroll slowly here. Hopefully we don't get the Me phone upset and it censors me. Unreal, it kept turning itself off. I don't know what its problem was, but oh well. Maybe it's in a mood. Yes, we got the wood stove going in the shop there to keep it warm for the dogs and the water. All right, just a little bit more. Okay, we got some sunshine there. Hopefully it warms up, because it was chilly last night. Made good ice, but we're not ice fishing. All right, all the flags are looking good except for the Alaskan flag. He's a little tangled up. Maybe he's in shock. I don't know. All right, let's go walk the dogs, drink some beer, and hopefully end this before we get censored. We're just about at 50 seconds. Talk to you later.